Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. I am your humble lore master, Don Marshall. Around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hi, internet
Hello.
friends.
Hello.
Charlotte, you have previously told me that I should probably be a little bit better when I introduce my my actual players instead of just the guests and harping on you for so long. So I'd like to get started. Please join me in welcoming Tori Fox playing Tanel the elf, Beery played by Max Randolph Studios, the elf with 3 brain cells, playing Halloweth the elf, the moody elf boy, Zach Smith playing Tariel and potentially also Shelob if Tariel doesn't survive this encounter, Charlotte Moore Lambert, and joining us for a second episode, Tank Tolman playing Grimbjorn, the shapeshifter, and playing the role of Eowyn. Please welcome Kadiosaurus.
What?
I knew it. It's always,
I knew it. I knew it.
Katie, come on in.
It happens every time.
I
knew you
were
Kadiosaurus.
Holy crap.
You know, I saw 6 people in the Zoom call last time, and I thought,
Let's make it
that's
more.
not enough.
Make it
Let's make it worse.
more.
Let's make it so much worse.
The only way we could make this more ADHD is to add Kadiosaurus.
It's true.
Yeah.
Katie,
Another one.
Hello.
thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I
is
was
great.
here because of a one-off comment I made on the record, and here I am.
Yeah,
Excellent.
we were recording.
That's how it starts.
Yeah, we were recording Tipsy Tolkien and like 5 or 6 months ago, and I'm like, "You want to play Eowyn?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I went, "You know, why not?" And so, Tori, I hope that.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Have you heard anything?
I heard a
No.
couple things.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
It's cool.
Good.
It's cool.
What is this in regards to?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tori,
you know,
explain
just-
again.
just-
What's happened here?
Why don't
I
we
just-
explain in great detail?
I just really
Tanel's
love Eowyn
stories?
so much.
Oh,
There's-
that.
Yeah,
Things are
yeah.
It's
happening.
just so pretty.
Things are gonna happen.
Cool.
All sorts of things.
Katie, I always forget to do this, so just in case it doesn't happen at the end, please tell people who you are and where they can find all of your stuff.
Oh, cool. Hi, everybody. My name's Kate Osborne. I go by Kadiosaurus on all the corners of the internet, where I am an ADHD advocate, mental health educator, and general all-around internet weirdo who still hasn't written a bio after 2 years of doing this. And if you want to find more about me or my content, you can do that by visiting Kadiosaurus.com.
And we love her so much.
Yay.
This
Hi,
is
everybody.
this is surreal. I mean, looking at all your beautiful faces is freaking me out, and it's
This
only
is-
getting worse.
This is
Yeah.
like half of my FYP. Like right
Exactly.
all here.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's like most of my FYP.
My entire goal was just to take every single person I've ever met and put them all in one Zoom
Into
call.
a Zoom call.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we're pretty close to being there.
That's true. Please welcome the rest of the cast of the actual movie, Lord of the Rings.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Listen, no joke. No
You said
joke.
everybody you know.
I would
and-
pass out.
Mhm.
I did try. I did contemplate trying to get Morvith Clark to like send my players a message when they fought Galadriel, but I'm like, oh, it's Amazon and all of the it wouldn't have
Oh,
happened.
That's fair.
So
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I didn't want to push my luck. I wasn't like there. I'm still not there, but you know, maybe
Nothing
season
ventured,
3.
nothing gained, Don.
Yeah.
But sometimes you venture too far and you have to fight a Balrog. Speaking of which, I only got halfway through my
Right.
announcements. So thank you,
Right,
our
yes.
sponsors, Free League Publishing, who sent us their Lord of the Rings TTRPG. You can go to freeleaguepublishing.com for all of the Middle-earth goodies. You can also take all of your D&D notes with the Rook and the Raven.
Look
Why
at me
does
go.
Tank
You got
have
one.
Can we appreciate? Yeah.
I've been here
Aw,
for 50
thanks.
years and I don't have one.
Hank, I didn't send you that, did I?
No, you didn't. I got it.
Well, thank you, Tank. That's amazing.
Support the publishing.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, no kidding. They've been fantastic to work with, and thank you, Free League, for everything. Charlotte, if you legitimately do want one, I can talk to them and maybe get
I
one.
feel like it's a little late now, Don.
Are you easy? Okay, well, shit, let's keep going. Special thanks to our second sponsor, the rookandtheraven.com. You may have heard about them on a little show called Critical Role, and you may have also seen their viral tweet where they basically said, we're not going to take any of Wizards of the Coast's BS, and just removed their partnership, and we're going full on. Thankfully, in the time since we have recorded this and they're doing that, OGL is tentatively going back to kind of ish something similar. It's better. It's not great, but it's better. So props to the Rook and the Raven. Support small businesses and creators like that. And thank you to Rook and the Raven and Free League Publishing. Special thanks to a few others. Sarah M. Shunky, who does the artwork for this. Little with the cartographer, who does our battle maps. Cullen Vance, who does the music. And my wife, she goes by Nat20Wife on all social media. And thank you to Katie and Tank for joining us for these special guest episodes. Are you all ready to get started?
No.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
I would like to
Let's
rage.
go.
Yes!
Wrong. No, you know what? I'll allow
I was doing that before this.
it.
We won't say it.
That's yeah. Just okay. Let's go. And welcome back.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh god.
I don't like when the battle music starts.
Wow.
When
Can
we
move
last
back
left
to like
off,
Lorraine or something?
when
No
we
lore.
last left off, the players had successfully overthrown Grima Wormtongue. And Halloweth brought the house down quite literally by dropping and destroying the Golden Hall of Meadowseld on top of him as he fled.
Yeah,
Katie.
it happens,
Upon rescuing several members of the local guard, the Eowyn doppelganger, her father, and several others, you all made your way towards Helm's Deep. As you crested over the hill leading towards Helm's Deep, you beheld an enormous valley filled with thousands of spiders crawling over every rock. And as the front doors of Helm's Deep, which is currently on fire, burst open, a column of horses flowed out. Hundreds of horse riders streaming out of Helm's Deep. But behind them, a massive Balrog. Katie, I would like you to please describe what everybody sees as Eowyn, sword in one hand, shield in another, comes flying down with hundreds of shield maidens behind her as the Balrog chases after.
Well, you don't see it first. You hear it as the sort of doors crack open and you start to take stock of what is happening. You hear just this cacophony of these rallying battle cries and screams and people smashing their swords on their shields together. And if it was well mic'd, you would hear in the back Eowyn as she's because she's holding up the rear, she's watching out for everybody, and you hear as she sort of says, boy, I sure thought about what I wanted to come in with this really strong intro. Proud of that. And she just is yelling as loud as she can, and she's like, "Sisters, run with me!" And her sword glints, and this is very important. very coolly in the sun. Also, her hair is flowing and it looks real cool too.
Nice.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Amazing. I love that you use those words, Tori. It's just so poetic. All right, Katie. Thank you, Charlotte. For those listening on the podcast, Charlotte just wrote death in the chat in all
That's
caps.
exactly what's
happening.
happening.
It was brilliant. Katie,
Yes.
the spiders crawling all over the valley,
I leave.
trod underfoot, stampeded over. But you watch as the rocks beneath you begin to start crumbling, and above you come crashing down as this massive Balrog tries to make its massive frame and pull itself through what is a very tiny space for it, seeking the open air.
Okay.
The rest of you would watch as an enormous column of horses tramples these spiders, and the spiders begin to flee. I would like all of you to make awareness checks for me, please.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you too, especially you, Ayo.
Okay.
How do you do that again?
So that is 1d12, and however many d6s you have in the awareness, there should be little dots next to awareness.
16 with a 6.
Okay, that passes.
I got an
Tori.
8.
Oh no. Okay, Tank, that does not pass. Tori.
Gandalf.
Of
A
course.
Gandalf. Of
Yeah.
course. Of course. Charlotte.
15.
15. Zach.
19.
19. Katie.
Barely. I got a 12.
Okay. Most of you would see the golden locks of Eowyn billowing out in this morning sunshine. But Eowyn, you would glance up and see several people standing on a hilltop about a couple hundred yards away. And amidst all of this, they are the thing that stands out to you the most because they are so out of place, it catches you off guard for a moment. What would the 5 of you like to do?
Ooh, okay.
Is
Would you
Gollum
look
with
at
us?
that?
Is Gollum with us? Is that what your
Yeah.
question? Yes, Gollum is still with you.
Cool. So it's 6 of us.
Okay, 6 of us and the pig.
And the pig.
Yep.
Okay. Just because Kate is new, what does Kate see as she like, or
Hey.
Eowyn see?
Oh, yeah.
Eowyn, Eowyn
as-
from this distance, Eowyn sees 2 very tall humanoids.
Okay.
Excuse me, 3. There are now elves here. 1 very, very like 7.5 feet tall humanoid, and a very short, stout person with a boar on his right tied to a rope, and a small, sniveling, what looks to be malnourished puppy on his left.
Okay. All right.
Excellent. If anyone looks at Tanel, she is just standing horrified, watching the Balrog like a train wreck that she can't pull her eyes from.
Yeah.
Tauriel has her knives in her hands. She's ready to go. Also, there are more. Wouldn't she? We've got some of her attendants with her too, right? There are a few other elves.
you now have 8 elves with you.
Right.
I apologize, Eowyn.
Oh, we got
There
this in the
are-
bag.
There are a bunch of other
How
elves. I
many
totally
people
forgot
are
about them. They're NPCs, but there are 8 more.
There are
I'm
like a
Yeah,
getting-
there's
dozen of
actually
us.
80 people here. You guys probably are gonna be fine.
Sean
We'll be
asked to
fine.
get in here. No, I'm kidding.
Ah,
Done.
uh, don't do that.
Okay, so there's there's like a
There's a
There's a
whole
dozen
group
of
of
us.
it. Yeah, there's
it
a whole
Okay,
group,
okay.
about a dozen or so.
A fellowship, if you will.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would.
Halworth has a fragment of a potential plan in his head.
You have a couple of seconds if you would like to share it, but
Um,
then
I don't think he can necessarily share it all in the seconds. He's gonna look at Eowyn. Will he assume that that's Eowyn, considering?
I think it's fair to say that this is the person you're looking for.
Okay, cool. He's gonna turn to Biri first off and say, sorry, there's so many thoughts that's going through at once. What would
Keep going, baby.
What would Halworth know of Helm's Deep and its structure? Most of all, the glittering caves.
Oh, I don't know if you would know about the glittering caves. I'm gonna ask you.
Important.
It is. I'm gonna ask you. This wouldn't be a lore check. This would be a history check. But because that doesn't exist, I'm gonna ask you make an awareness check with ill favor for me, because you might be able to, at the very least, notice that there is a cave entrance.
Okay.
I don't want to metagame too much here.
That's okay. I rolled first an 11 and then an Eye of Sauron. So.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Can the cave entrance be seen from where we are? I thought the
From
cave
where
entrance
you
is
are-
only
from-
accessible through.
So there are two technically in the books. One
Oh.
leads down from beyond where the wall where the elves were firing their arrows from the two towers. If you
Right.
go way far back, there is an entrance there.
Oh.
That's why the elves were there. And there is another one to get through the actual Helm's Deep itself.
Okay.
Okay, it makes sense. I mean, I don't think Legolas knew about the glittering
No,
caves.
no.
Can
So,
I
okay.
do a lore check on Balrogs? What
I don't
Tariel
think
would
you-
know about Balrogs?
I don't think you'd need to. I feel like there's a certain level of knowledge that everybody except Grimbjorn and Eowyn would know about.
Okay.
Barry would know about the.
Who would
Barry,
have the
you would-
most knowledge?
Hallowith and Tanel.
The two most traumatized folks standing
Yeah.
here on the hill.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
also closest to the last time an elf went up against one.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think the first thing, I guess, hail down the rider. The shield maidens coming towards us.
Okay.
Are there spiders in our way?
Yes, there are still thousands of spiders. Now keep in mind, you did cover yourself in the spider goo.
Yeah.
So
I'm
from Grimbjorn's knowledge, you kind of get a sense that like they might leave you alone.
Okay.
I think no
Okay.
insight check required on
Well,
that. You get the
let's-
sense.
Okay, I'm gonna stealth then to make it even less conspicuous. Yeah.
Beard.
I'm gonna stealth it first.
Beery's going to look at Tariel. She's like, okay, landslide or run right in? And he looks like he's ready to do either at a drop of a hat.
Tariel, who's usually like got a plan, usually confident, has her feet beneath her, is frozen, but with this rapturous battle rage on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And by way of reply, she simply says, yes.
Grimbjorn takes that as a sign that that's meant to charge in, and he looks at Eowyn, and it reminds him of the girl that he was with in the cage, and he doesn't want to see any more harm come to these people, so he is going forward. He's
Okay.
charging.
Oh
you-
man,
If he's
Charging.
firing off,
we're splitting the party.
let's do
Oh
it.
God.
Beery is throwing his shield from his back, getting a running leap, and just taking like we're talking National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation when he takes the sled down the hill. He's riding his shield down. Like a
Except
toboggan.
he's got Gollum and Gorge with him.
Nope, Gorge is watching Gollum.
Oh,
He's tied to the cart.
Okay, yeah, I'll say you tie
Oh,
both
okay,
of them to the card
excellent.
for the sake
Okay,
of ease. Eowyn, please roll me a d6.
Okay. That's a 1.
That's a 1. You take 1 point of damage.
Me?
You.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Did you think that while you were making these plans, battle wasn't happening in the background?
Excellent. All right.
Can I roll stealth?
Right.
I need to.
You may roll stealth,
Get,
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get stealth. Yes, I can. Okay. Oh boy.
Whew.
also, oh, go ahead, do that.
27.
With a 27, you are trying to sort of sneakily, as you watch the other two charge right in, as Beery and Grimbjorn just charge right in, you go a little bit slower. And as you get closer and closer and closer, no spiders seem to sense you. The goo dripping from your body does not seem to give you away. You haven't attracted the attention of anybody.
It's because my spider mug I'm drinking. Okay, good.
Tariel, Tanel.
Go ahead.
Ariel looks back at her crew, and a couple of them are stricken and look very much like they would like to run away. And she says, "Stand your ground."
Rayval
is-
and the rest give a nod.
Okay,
Shakily.
good. This is what we've trained for. And if we die in glory. And she calls down the blessings of the Valar and turns to Nell and Halloweth, and
No, you
gone.
don't. Gone.
they're
Sorry.
gone.
Gone.
Okay,
Halloweth
great.
is
Just
gone.
Nell.
Halloweth is
Gone.
gone. It's just
Halloweth
Nell.
Halloweth is just disappeared.
Okay. And she sheathes her knives, pulls out her bow, and basically just gives a little shrug and starts aiming to cover the others as they pelt down the hill.
Amazing. Tanel, make an awareness check for me, please, with
Oh.
ill favor.
Oh, okay. Cool. All right.
We got this.
17. I beat my target number by 3.
By 3.
Mhm.
Okay.
What does that mean? what,
Cryptic.
what horrifying thing is awaiting me?
Well, that's a
Oh,
Gandalf.
Oh,
That's a
God.
Gandalf.
Oh boy.
No.
Have the same die.
Tariel,
Yeah.
you glance over at Tanel and pull out your bow and start running, and it doesn't quite hit you right away as you keep walking. It's only a couple of seconds later. Tanel hasn't moved. And Tanel, you find yourself not standing in front of Helm's Deep looking at a Balrog, but instead looking at a burning building
Oh no.
Mhm.
in Gondolin in the first age
Oh,
of
Tori.
Middle-earth.
Okay, so one of Tariel's crew behind her starts shouting
Gone.
for her to come back. Are
Gone.
they all gone?
All
Everyone's gone?
They are
Oh, God.
following your lead.
So
and you
no one
don't know-
knows.
No.
Oh
Tanel
man. Bye,
stands there.
Tanel.
Bye. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Okay.
Would
Tanel.
Gollum see this happen?
Gollum would see this happening. Tanel, I would like you to please describe for me the moments just before your father's shop was crushed under the weight of the Balrog as it burst into flames.
She is standing there in front of it, and she can see all the smoke and fire behind it and knows that it's coming. But she's already run this far. But now her child fear has frozen her in place. There's no fight now. It's just frozen as she watches kind of like the smoke start to billow around it and the noise of the Balrog coming closer.
We'll come back to that in a moment. Gonna get the battle map out.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
All right.
Could you put the battle map away?
No.
Quiet.
All right.
Yes.
Oh boy, all right.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
All right.
Standing very tall on the precipice on the top right hand corner, which is essentially where the doors of Helm's Deep would be, where that gate is, if they were still standing up, but they are not. The Balrog, top right corner. There are rocks and bodies. They didn't have spider bodies when I was making this, strewn all about. I would say as Beery and Grimbjorn get closer, you do notice that there is a kind of hole, almost that would seem like an entrance to a cave in the back behind the deeping wall that you see has a small hole in it. I would like Grimbjorn and Beery to make awareness checks for me, or scan checks, whichever is higher.
Awareness or scan? Oh, you
Either is fine.
There's a 6.
Got 17, beat my by 1.
Okay.
25 with a 6.
Okay. Amazing. You two would both notice that where this portion of the wall is, there is also what seems to be a kind of sewer system with little bits of water dripping out from it and a small pool of water in the midst of it. Eowyn, could you please describe what you are doing as the rest of the Shield Maidens of Rohan attempt to make their way out of Helm's Deep?
I would love to, with some clarification.
Please.
So the Balrog is chasing us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The Balrog
Okay.
came from seemingly out of nowhere
Okay.
and is clawing its way through Helm's Deep. You all realized something happened. We'll get into the full details, provided you all survive,
Okay.
and is now chasing you through Helm's Deep.
Okay. Can I roll an awareness check to see how much like my attention is on these like new people who have just shown up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. 6. That is a 9. That does not do it.
You a passing glance from that previous awareness, you know that there are people over there. You're just not entirely sure what the deal is with all of them yet.
Okay. So I think in that case, Eowyn is sort of trying to multitask in she is trying to get the Shield Maidens away from the Balrog, but also not into the spiders. So
you're trampling over the spiders, and I think it would be pretty clear to you they're not normal sized spiders by any means, but they're small enough that the few that try crawling up your horse's legs you can slash, and the rest are just the horses are galloping in the same way Battle of Pelennor Field style.
Okay, cool. So I think what Eowyn is doing is she is trying to direct the Shield Maidens to sort of like create a formation that will hopefully protect them from the Balrog. Like they're retreating, but she's trying to do it in a way where like she's going to minimize casualties and make sure that like they can at least get away, because this is not I can fight this on my own and survive type of thing. And I think as badass as Eowyn is, like she's worried about the Shield Maiden, she's not like gonna do something dumb.
It should also be noted, absolutely none of the horses are going anywhere near this fiery beast. You're all on foot. Eowyn, you have no problem knowing that the Snow White horse that you are currently riding, there's absolutely no chance that this thing will go near it.
Yeah, he has very thick plot armor, so it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, no, so like that is, so that's what she's doing. She's making sure that everyone is safe and trying to figure out like the most convenient like exit strategy to get away from this thing.
Okay. I would say, given the fact that there are hundreds of you on horseback, you would have no problem trotting over most of the spiders.
Okay.
But it's in such a disarray that there's no real order to it, right? Battle is chaos.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden there's a giant bear and charging down towards Helm's Deep. There's also
not the bear yet.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't transform. Okay, well, there's an enormous size of the mountain from Game of Thrones sized man.
Okay.
Just barreling down. There's also a dwarf surfing on a shield down
just
the
a
hill.
dust cloud like on a saucer.
I think like Eowyn will like look over and just be like, spider. It's just like, what is happening?
Amazing. Eowyn, I would say in the midst of you trying to organize as you rally through all of these, your cousin Theodred comes up to you and says, "We cannot fight this. We need to run."
I agree. Gather the maidens, tell them to cut up towards the hill. And my intention is sort of like, can I like meet this like party like halfway?
Yes.
And try and keep them like, hey, don't come over here. It's not safe.
Absolutely.
Like
You absolutely can. They absolutely can. You would give Theodred that order. You would also hear Theodred say in the midst of all of this battle, because again, it's chaos, but you being in the center, just kind of trying to organize all of it, you have a moment of respite. Theodred says, "We cannot lead that thing to Dunharrow."
How far away is that from here?
You're thinking it's probably a couple days ride.
Okay.
But at the size of this thing and the danger of it,
Yeah.
it's going to mess it up if it gets there.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look at him and I'll say, do you think it has a will? Can we lure it in another direction, or is it just sort of blindly destructing?
You watch as Theodred looks back and the Balrog goes,
Okay, more talk later.
And Theodred says, I don't think there's any reasoning with that.
Eowyn will nod, and sort of like swipe off a spider, just like coming up.
Yeah, actually, roll a d6 for me. It's been long enough.
Yeah, it looks so cool.
Oh.
That's a 5.
You take 5 points of damage.
Okay, it's a big spider, but it looks
Spicy
really
spider.
cool.
Takes a nice
spider.
chomp into your left leg as you just cry out in pain. Theodred also cutting off some of the legs. You need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you, the rest of the Shield Maidens and Theodred, start making your way towards them. You are greeted by a dwarf and a 7.5 foot tall, 300-pound man.
Run!
What do you mean we just got here?
Run! Go that way. Go. There's
Beery.
safety over there.
It is around this point, Beery, that you notice that the spiders, with the arrival of all of these people on horseback, seem to be dissipating every which way. Halloweth, I would like you to make a stealth check for me. And Tariel, I would like you to make an attack roll for me with your bow.
Okay, and I haven't tried to do this with my bow.
That's okay. It is
work?
1d12 and however many d6s you have in your bow.
Oh, okay. Great.
Dawn, while she's doing this, what is the
Go ahead.
spider sitch? What's the spider situation around us? Is there an immediate
Right now,
closing?
it doesn't seem to be too much of a danger given the suddenness of the Shield Maiden's arrival. They've kind of
Okay.
scattered, not really knowing what to make of this sudden onslaught and destruction of all of their forces. You do hear, though, from around you, the cries of several of the spiders as they get squished underfoot. That was a gross sound effect, but I apologize for nothing.
That was perfect.
Tariel.
I rolled a 9.
A 9.
And yeah, does that
Okay.
do? Is that
So,
successful?
so that is, you have to be your strength target number.
Oh,
So
shit.
that,
No, it's
yeah,
not.
so
Okay.
that does not, unfortunately. So one of your arrows ping, goes wide, glances off of some rocks as you try and hit the spiders that are now, there's more space between them.
Wait,
Halloweth.
quick question.
Oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go
There's
ahead.
another note next to my bow. So it says bow damage 4. Do I
Yes.
add that to my roll?
That is just your flat damage to a spider. The spiders don't
Oh.
have a lot of health. They just are a lot of them.
Oh, that's my flat damage. Oh, sorry. I
Yes,
was rolling
yeah,
the
yeah.
attack. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Carry on. Okay.
Halloweth,
Carry-
your
yeah, okay.
stealth check.
I rolled a 24.
With a 24. Hang on.
So much stealth.
I'm a very stealthy boy. I have maxed out my stealth, actually.
Nerds.
Silent but deadly.
yeah,
tw-
that's Halloweth's just a big old font.
With a 24, you watch as a couple dozen spiders start heading your way as you stealthily try to make your way around another side to see if you can see anything.
Oh my
Are these
God.
spiders
No,
passing
with-
our area at all?
They are seemingly running away from you, paying you no mind.
Dang it!
But
I
you're
want some
also
spiders.
you're also covered in glue, or in goo. Excuse me. You're covered in the goo from
He's
the
throwing
spider.
rocks.
Oh,
You can
You
certainly
know what?
try.
what was the point of the goo?
I am not going to give any spider facts that would endanger us at this time, but
I know that they would
Later.
technically be able to feel
Thank
the
you, Charlotte.
vibrations of your
The tremor
legs,
sense.
tremor sense. Let's just ignore that because it's really hard for me as a DM to do that.
okay.
Halloweth, with
Yeah.
a 24 stealth check, you would know immediately that there's no stealthing through these spiders, but you throw your cloak of Lorien over your head and lay down on the ground.
Oh.
And you would all see Halloweth disappear into the rock formations as the spiders seemingly pass you by. The Balrog you hear from under the cloak gives another Beery, Eowyn, Grimbjorn, what are you doing in this moment?
We want-
Standing
definitely
my
want some
ground
spiders.
and roaring right back at him.
Yeah.
Love that.
That was gnarly.
Making sure that the people behind me are getting to safety.
You would notice that they are starting to get to safety. Eowyn.
I'm
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm still directing the writers, and I'm kind of picturing like a semicircle sort of situation. Like I don't think Eowyn is confident in like strength versus Balrog, but she's like, okay, we've got numbers. So maybe we can sort of like half semicircle up and sort of like just drive it back.
Okay.
If we get organized, but she's still like, like go over there, like deal over there.
All right. Yeah. Let me roll some dice real quick. Hang on.
Okay.
Eowyn, does it seem like she is creating kind of like a battlement? Is it almost like we're like, this is where we're gonna hunker down and this is where we're gonna fight? Or is she looking to like get out?
I think
you. Oh, go ahead.
I don't think Eowyn is certain. Like I think she's looking at this Balrog going like, maybe this thing will leave us alone if we all kind of like cut up the hill, but also we cannot let this into the nearby cities. So she's like,
down.
Yeah,
there's no decision made. It's just
I will say this. With a 24 rolled by Theodred, you watch as the shield maidens begin to create a kind of circle around you, guarding you and Beery and Beorn to sort of form this protective, almost in the same way that the Riders of Rohan started attacking Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, but much wider berth. They also see, and you would notice at this point, there are elves at the top of the hill, and there is just a bunch of them with a cart, and they start sort of forming this almost this safe space where the spiders aren't quite getting inside because of the trampling, and so they are kind of scurrying off. And so you've got a moment to speak. I would say at this point, Tariel, you would get up to Eowyn. Before we get to that, though, Tenel, please make an awareness check for me.
Come on, 10.
Okay.
Ill favor.
Ill
as well.
favor. Yeah.
Ill-favored.
Goody,
Ill-favored.
Okay.
Karama.
Yep. All right. Let me do some math. 16.
How many is that above your target number?
It is 2 above my target number.
Okay. Tenel. You've always sort of known something was wrong about your childhood. You always felt this sort of rage, but you kept it buried deep down. You held it tight. And you've been alive for so long that sometimes you don't even remember why you even have it. Maybe it's Gondolin, maybe it's losing your home. Lorien was a bit of a trigger, but you can't quite place it. But as you gaze down on the Balrog that has just destroyed your father's shop, and you hear the scream that comes from inside, it comes to you. Tariel, Eowyn, what are you all saying in this moment?
Tariel rolls up, firing wildly in all directions, but stops as she manages to get to Eowyn and says, "Are you the Lady Eowyn?"
yes.
I'm Tariel, commander of the forces of Mirkwood. And she looks around, sees that the handmaiden or shield maiden seem to be doing fine, and says, "We've come to rescue you."
Eowyn. So Tori's where's Tori's character in relationship to all this?
Tenel is
Up the
still
hill.
Tenel,
up
sorry.
on the hill. Tenel is still up on the hill.
I think Eowyn will look up over at Tenel and just kind of point at this sort of like lone, unprotected, sort of like just standing out in a field sort of person, and say like, perhaps your friends would like to join us. Get to safety. Come together. Like Eowyn just like she's not doing a meet cute right now. She's just like,
Tariel
guys, let's get safe.
Tariel does not understand immediately what is is she, and like sort of double takes back up the hill and starts just screaming up at Tenel to see if there's any recognition there at all.
Amazing. Tenel, make an awareness check.
Well, ill favor still.
Ill-favored still.
Oh Jesus.
Come on, 10.
Oh, okay. 15, one above my target number. It just keeps getting worse and worse. What is
That should be illegal.
I don't
Okay.
like when the music comes
Oh,
I don't like
back.
that either.
Good.
Tanel, you
Yeah.
watch as the Balrog begins to crawl up your father's shop as Attack on Titan style, its head appears and glances down at you. As you hear a cry from your right, and just down the road you see your mother, and you hear a cry from inside the house. And the Balrog cries. And the roof collapses in on itself, and the second floor shudders for just a moment. You hear a scream again from inside. And a name pops into your head as you watch the Balrog in Helm's Deep. Rena. Your mother named your big sister Rena. It means crowned one, because she came into this world with a full head of golden hair. And you watch as the second floor crumbles into the first, and you watch as the foundation slowly begins to crack as you see the golden hair of Reyna turn around the corner with a handful of your father's most precious scrolls, as the Balrog gives a great slams his body down, and the entire house crumbles into flame. Your mother scoops you up, and you watch, looking back, as the house and your big sister inside continue to burn. Tanel, I would like you to make an awareness check with favor.
All right. Come on, baby. There we go. There we go. 23.
It makes sense now. Your parents never letting you out of their sight. The helicopteriness of them keeping you close to them. It makes sense now. It's that elephant in the room. The death in the family that nobody speaks of, but it's on everyone's mind. But you don't talk about it because it hurts too much. But she's gone now. And the memories that you have long suppressed come flooding back to you. Playing in the fountains of Gondolin, watching the great eagle Thorondor fly over the hidden city, laughing, as all sisters do. Tori, you feel something snap in you as the rest of you, especially Tariel, would notice that that Tariel would notice that Tanel seemingly comes to. Tanel, this is a new ability for you called Fury in the Fire. You will add 2d6s to every single roll you have, and it will last for 5 turns. At the end of those 5 turns, something will happen. I'd like you to make an awareness check to see if you can figure out exactly what has just happened to your body.
Cool. It's just regular awareness check.
Yeah.
Roller coaster.
Yeah, I just hit my target number of 14.
Okay. Tanel, all of the anger that has been inside you this whole time has reached the point that it's not staying inside you any longer. And in almost that same out-of-body moment that you saw Elrond and Galadriel face, the rest of you would watch as Tinel, from the top of this hill, sprints past the rest of you, jumps on top of Grimbjorn, does a front flip over the horses, and starts charging towards the Balrog.
King's
Need you all
Shadow
to
is
pick
out.
battle position. King's Shadow out and ready to go. What are the rest
Let's
of you doing?
go.
Tariel, who has been screaming up at Tinel for her attention, stops mid-syllable and gawks at her as she comes pelting down the hill and performs this incredible acrobatic feat. But as she sees what she intends to do, she begins looking wildly between Éowyn and Tinel. Her loyalties clearly divided, and ultimately says to Éowyn, "Forgive me, my lady," and turns and runs to follow Tinel.
Yes.
Fury, Grimbjorn.
Oh, the hammer in one hand and the shield in the other, and we're taking off after Tinel.
Yep. Forward.
Halowith, you would notice as you rip the cloak off, as this barrier of shield maidens forms a protective barrier, the Tinel is charging straight towards the Balrog.
Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. Halveth needs to know he's still, like, even though there's a Balrog here, he's still he knows someone has to be fairly level-headed at this point. He's gonna try and get to Éowyn. How far away is Éowyn?
I would say with a 24 stealth check, you made it about 100 yards.
Okay.
I will ask before you try and get back to Éowyn. What are you doing, Éowyn?
Éowyn watches like all of this go down, and she's like, it's been a weird day. There's a Balrog. Like, this is not how Tuesday usually goes. And so I think Éowyn will just kind of she just adjusts. Like, she just adjusts her armor. She resets her shield. She straightens, she like regrips her sword. She like puts her hair out of her face, and she just kind of sets her shoulders. She looks around at the shield maidens next to her, and she'll just say, "No one dies today." And then just like, ha! And just like, cool. And then I think she's just gonna go straight towards this person just running at the Balrog, like, no, this is not what we're doing. We're not doing this today.
As you do this, Theodred grabs you by the arm. What are you doing?
Éowyn she kind of looks at Theodred, and she has that, like, I know what I want to say, but I don't have time to say it. And she just kind of points at, sorry, Tori, what's your character's name?
You're fine. Tinel.
So she'll point at Tinel, and she'll like gesture at the Balrog, and she'll just say, "This is not a fair fight. We have to intervene.
We're on horseback. We need to run.
And suffer more loss.
The
Not
horses
today.
won't go any. The horses won't go anywhere near that thing. Are you going to beat it on foot?
I can
Our
try."
strength lies in.
And then
you'll
she
have-
just hops off Windfulla and just like hoofs it. Just fucking runs.
And how
Literally
accepts-
hoofs it.
Literally.
Actually,
without the horses.
Well, regardless, actually, doesn't matter. Go. Okay.
Hey,
How is that
Theodred,
they're just cursing us?
You hear Theodred give an exasperated sigh. And he. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's a 2, not a 7. Sorry. And none of you would notice this, but Theodred gives a muffled huff and just tries to get all of the shield maidens rallied together to a point somewhere far off, because these horses are going to be absolutely no use at this point in the battle. as the rest
I'm
of
going
you.
to
Oh,
command creature and see if they will join us in the battle.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, give me a roll.
What is that one?
Yay.
Hang on.
I like
Hang on.
how all of these randoms just showed up in Eowyn's life, somehow brought more drama with them than an entire ass battlefield. There's a chick on a
Apologist.
hill, everyone's screaming, we're running. I don't know.
There's
Yeah.
so many spiders in between
There's
this.
a
So
lot
many
of spiders.
What
There's
if
a-
it
Everyone's
is-
I-
just like, I'm tired, man.
Let me talk to someone. I need to get a lay of the land.
You're in
trying-
Helm's Deep.
I'm trying desperately to find someone who knows Helm's Deep to tell me about it. I'm just someone
It's-
stop charging.
It's just so like
Stop
wild to
charging
me though.
towards a Balrog. Tell me. I have a plan.
There's
Tell
just
me.
like a whole Balrog, and we're all like, "Oh hi, how are you? Yeah, it's nice to meet." Like,
Let's go towards it. Let's just
Yeah,
go
To
there.
him, right?
that's
We're gonna fight
right.
the big
The
lava
form
monster.
of attack.
Cool.
Let's just all. We don't. No one else has a plan. Let's all just run at it. Let's see what happens when we all charge at once.
Okay.
Hey, we're here for Tori.
Uh,
That'd be like an enheartened check.
Yes, so that sorry, I it took me a second to find it. That would be an enhearten check. So go ahead and make an enhearten check for command creature. Which by
This
the way
worked
is
great
not
for Fanor, so it'll be fine for us.
I beat it by 4.
Yes.
okay. Grimbjorn, what exactly are you trying to do in the command creature?
I'm going to put my hand on Eowyn's horse's snout and give it a whisper, and then use the leadership of that horse to rally all the other horses.
do
Ooh.
I see this happen?
No, I'd say
Okay.
you're kind of already charging off, hopping off.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough to get another creature to command another creature. I'm gonna make a couple of rolls, but let's see what happens. I'm gonna make this with ill favor, just so you all know.
On tank.
6, 2, 1. That is a 9, unfortunately. I would say you sense in this creature an absolute fear. And you would probably get the sense that every creature around you, as we'll say this is before you charge, probably is feeling that exact same fear. This is something they have never dealt with before. They're not charging.
All right. I will just follow the group or lead the group.
Yeah, you're certainly the fastest. As you all continue to charge towards the Balrog, I'd like you all to pick out your positions.
Oh my God.
So here's how this
Ooh,
is
all
going to
right.
Oh
work.
my god.
All right, folks, we just went off screen for a minute to figure out our battle positions. We're going to take our 5-minute break. And when we come back, the battle with the Balrog.
Ooh, alrighty.
Bye. Okay.
And welcome back. When we last left off, the players watched as Tenel.
Yeah. Did you see it?
For those listening on the podcast, Charlotte is clutching an enormous bag of sun chips. What were we supposed to see, Tori? What was the
I was talking about Tank's now battle.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
he's Kratos. For those listening on the podcast. Tank put on war paint. Now he looks like Kratos.
It looks so good.
That's the word.
He's got
Perfect.
the hammer.
Nice.
Oh.
Tank, can I get one for this stream as well? I know you did one last time, but Tank, could I maybe get a can you do the thing?
What thing?
Can you yell hammer?
Hammer!
He peaked the microphone so much. Let's
Excellent.
do this.
Whew.
When we last left off, Tenel started sprinting towards the Balrog. We have 3 people in forward position, 1 in the open, 1 in the defensive, and 1 who is not taking part in the battle. We're gonna go to this conversation.
Yes, he's gonna.
Yeah,
He's not gonna just sit there.
We're gonna cut between the battle and the conversation as this happens. I would like everybody in the forward position, Grimbjorn in bear form, Beery and Tenel. Please tell me what you are doing, and please feel free, Beery and Grimbjorn, to work together. Tenel, you do not play nice with others right now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. So, well, I'll go ahead and say Tenel's first. She is kind of going wide around the Balrog and is looking to cut where his knee kind of bends at his legs.
Okay.
To immobilize him.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay, there's a lot of math with this.
Yes, there is.
And-
Because
Okay, so let me
would you
explain.
like to explain? Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
1d12.
Mhm,
I have 4 next to swords,
Mhm.
so plus 4d6,
mhm,
plus 2d6 for
Mhm.
the fury and the fire.
mhm,
I am forward, so it's another d6,
mhm.
and then King's Shadow is an extra d6 if I'm fighting a servant of the enemy. So it's 8d6 that I'm rolling with each
Jeez.
d12.
I love this.
So
Great start.
just give me a second to do some math because I'm not good at that. Oh my god. Okay.
If it's an Eye of Sauron.
So
that would be
already we're
irrelevant.
at 22 because it was an 11 and 2 6s.
She's pissed.
Let's go.
Okay.
35.
With a 35, you would all watch as Tenel. Actually, Tenel, please describe for me how you attempt to hamstring the Balrog.
So she's gonna go wide and she's like I don't even know how she's holding her sword because she's just this blur of movement. And she sort of skids and cuts, almost like to throw him off on which way she's exactly going.
A feint.
Yeah, a feint. Thank you. A feint, and then goes and holds her sword like this and just slices the bend in his knee
Okay.
wide open.
Yeah.
Well, a 35 very easily beats the Balrog's target number.
That's
That is its
bananas.
parry score.
That's its parry score?
No, the 35 is not its parry score. It
Oh,
is-
okay.
You rolled well
Done.
above its parry score. I'm
Whew.
not that cruel.
Had a mini panic attack. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Grimbjorn, Beery, what are you doing as you watch this Balrog bellow in fear as Tenel sinks her sword in this feint?
She keeps running.
She
after
keeps running.
Slices. Mhm.
Tenel, the metal of the blade glows a bright orange with the fire. Beery, Grimbjorn, you're both up. What would you like to do?
Yeah. So she's led us to the pathway, so it's kind of cornered.
Yes, it is
Right
roughly
there. Okay.
cornered on this platform ramp.
As Tenel is too busy being a badass, just a blur of movement, slicing and dicing. Beery's going to slam his shield into the stones, the spade-like wyvern and mithril shield that he built, and just bing, bang, slam that thing into the stone. So it's kind of creating a little bunker for us.
Mhm.
And then he's going to raise his hammer to his helmet that he made and just whisper a prayer with his eyes closed for a second and say, "Oh, Durin, guide my hammer." And he's going to swing away.
Make an attack roll. Grimbjorn, meantime, think about what you're doing. Actually,
it's one attack, correct?
It is one attack. Yes, Grimbjorn, what are you doing while Max rolls?
I'm attacking that same leg with my claws. I'm going to take a big swipe at the same knee that was just damaged.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. Beery, what'd you roll?
20.
It's a tie. So the Balrog's parry score is 20. You need to roll a 20 or higher to hit. And Beery, you bring this hammer down. And you hear...
I forgot I was in the forward position.
You are, okay, yes, you are in the forward position. So run mode. So you definitely hit. You definitely hit. Okay. So with a 22, definitely goes through. Balrog takes... Is this the mattock or the axe?
Oh, this is the hammer.
This is okay, so that's 8 points of damage. Lovely. Beery, you would also notice that the front end of your weapon starts to glow very brightly. Grimbjorn, what is your... Did you beat a 20?
I got 22 with forward position.
Okay. You rake with your... This is your claws, you said. So it's a claw attack. Okay, so with a claw attack, you... Grimbjorn, you take 4 points of fire damage as your paw sinks into the fire of this Balrog. That was everyone in the forward position. We are now going to briefly cut back to Halloweth. Halloweth, you approach Theodred, who is rallying everybody, trying to get everything in order as his cousin just ran off to try and fight a Balrog single-handedly.
Oh yeah, of course, naturally. So he radically says those questions. He says, "Is this all the allies you have? Tell me the layout of Helm's Deep. Is this all the enemies we know of? And is there anything beneath the mountain or in the keep that we should know about?"
Much of the keep is destroyed. The Balrog came through the caves, deep in the unexplored regions. I didn't even know they went that far, but spiders, they seem to... The spiders we can handle. That, I don't even know. Many of our forces are in Dunharrow. About 3 days' ride from here. They would not get here in time. We cannot fight this thing.
You mentioned caves. Where are the caves?
He points back. You see through the big hole where the water is, and it is at this point finally being pointed towards it. You notice that there is a wide-ish hole that is a cave entrance. It is where we've been hiding from Grima.
Okay.
Deep within the caves. There may still be survivors trapped back there. It was chaos. Much of it is on fire. Our food stores,
Oh, that's. I just need to. I need some time. Describe the caves to me. How large are they? Is there anything of note in them?
Massive. They glint and glimmer, and there are lakes and stalactites and stalagmites. Why is this important?
Glint and glimmer with what?
Jewels, gems. They're not.
You see how
I don't know
how that's the corner. Howard doesn't really smile much ever unless he's playing a prank on Beery. However, there is a slight upturn to the corner of his mouth, and he just claps a hand on his Theodred's shoulder and goes, "Thank you. Get them to safety." And then he charges in.
Okay. Without any word from Theodred, you turn around. Mm-hmm. Zach, please pick your position. I will allow you to be at the very least in rearward this turn, but next turn I'll allow you to make some moves up.
He's heading towards the caves where he was pointed to. He's going to be firing arrows at the same time, but he will still be running towards the caves. He probably won't be in earshot of everyone just yet, but when he gets closer, he's going to be kind of shouting at them a bit.
Okay. Open position. Tariel, what are you doing?
She has her bow out and she is aiming for the Balrog's eyes.
Okay, so this is going to be a called attack. Oh, I'm sorry. You are in the open position.
That's right.
For ranged attacks, you would need to be in the rearward position.
Oh,
and it would
so,
affect.
okay, that's all close attacks. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
it would affect turn order. Sorry, I don't want to be a stickler, but this is
No, that's
somewhat
okay. That's fine. Because I guess I would only be able to slash at this range.
At this range, yes.
Are there spiders around us? Are there any other adversaries?
Make an awareness check for me. Meantime, Eowyn, you are going to be on deck. Think about what you are doing. You also have a sword and a shield, by the way, right now.
I do not pass my awareness check.
You do not pass your awareness check.
Mm-mm.
As far as you can tell, you don't see any spiders in the immediate area. The Balrog's flames and the fire and the horses and the chaos seem to have dissipated them enough.
Okay. All right. Well, then, I guess I probably can't switch stances until the next turn, right?
Because you didn't know, I'll allow you, if you would like to be in rearward, to use your bow this turn.
Okay. Great.
You take
Let's
out
do
your
that.
bow. Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with 1 less d6. And because you are aiming for the eyes, this is going to be a called shot.
Okay.
Come on, Tariel, you got
Let's
this.
go.
Can I use one of my fellowship points?
You do not have fellowship.
We don't have any left?
Points are for, well, no, fellowship points are for other people to add onto yours. You could have used a hope point beforehand.
Oh, right.
But I will say this: you draw your bow, and you hit the Balrog, but you watch as the arrow sinks into its flesh, and immediately burns away. And you make an insight check for me.
And I'll say I passed my target number, but I did not succeed at
In the
passing
awareness
other.
check, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then make a what?
Make an awareness check for me.
Oh, okay. $15.
With a 15, I would say you would notice that arrows don't seem to damage this thing. The instant it hits its body, the wood of the arrow goes up in flames. The softer metal melts almost instantly.
Yep.
All right, Eowyn, you're up.
This is just Kate not knowing. Does this party have a dwarf?
Beery
That's
the
Beery.
dwarf
Okay.
with the shield, yes.
The dwarf.
Okay. So Erwin is going to look over at where, sorry, what was it one more time?
Beery.
Beery. Okay. Top notch podcasting right here. So Erwin looks over at where Beery is doing his thing. And she's going to come over and she's going to say, dwarf,
Aye.
do you fancy digging a mine with me?
Thought you never asked, but I'm a little busy.
And Eowyn will point at the Balrog and say, our weapons will not touch this thing, but water will. We have to dig. And she's going to throw her sword down, take up her shield, and just start digging out pieces of thing. And look over at Beery and say, and if you've got any ideas on how you can make this go faster, we need to get it into the water.
Beery and Eowyn, please make me an awareness check.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
That's awesome.
Is there a dwarf?
Oh, that's a 20.
A
Awareness or
20.
scan?
I'll say, yeah, you can make a scan check if you want. I'll allow a scan if you want.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. Oh, yeah,
Either
yeah.
will work.
25.
Nice.
With a 25, Beery and Eowyn. Eowyn, you would know that the culverts that run between the walls of Helm's Deep also double as a sewer system. And the portion of the walls that fell have some water in them. It's about 50 to 100 feet to where that sort of dividing line of water is, where that pool of water sits. And you notice that there is an elf heading in that direction. Beery, you would see this as well.
Oh, there's
Okay.
Helluith.
We're going to come back to the top of the order. Grimbjorn, Tinel, Beery, what are you doing? Tinel, I'll let you go first.
Okay. Also, quick point of order. I think I may have read King Shadow wrong. I think that 1d6 is for damage, not for the roll. So if you would like, I can take. I accidentally rolled it, so I can remove.
You
a
rolled a
hope
30.
point.
You rolled a 35. You rolled a 35.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove this for now. Okay.
I appreciate the honesty, but you rolled a 35.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
Before she attacks, I'm gonna do a bellowing roar. So.
Okay, so this is Tank's other ability with bellowing roar. Go ahead.
Oh my, I'm so
it
happy.
Gives disadvantage to enemies in range for 1 turn.
Amazing.
And it's used as a secondary action.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Okay, so the reason I'm having Tinel go first is because the Balrog has not gone yet. Tinel, you get to go before the Balrog in this turn order because the Balrog is also in the forward position. So Tank, we're going to come to you in a moment. Tinel, what are you doing?
Okay, cool. She's gonna kind of do the same thing that she did on the first turn. She's really almost trying to bring it down to her level.
Okay.
So, but this time, instead of the back of the leg, she's gonna do sort of the same thing as she's running behind him, loop back around, and same thing, but for his shins.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Oh my god.
We've lost the battle music in our headphones. I don't know if that's.
Have you?
I have.
I have as well. Yeah.
Is it back? Oh, shoot. I stopped sharing it. Sorry, podcast listeners. Oops.
Yeah.
There we go.
27.
A 27. You lance your blade across the shins. But Tinel, in your fury, you have just enough awareness to know that the sword that Halbarad gave you is starting to melt. Ever so slightly, the flames begin to lick at it. It's now the Balrog's turn.
Oh.
I kind of forgot the Balrog would have a turn, and now I'm really nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's
all right. That.
Okay. That is.
Yeah.
None of you guys wanted to be a wizard, huh? None of you guys wanted to.
I wasn't gonna let him.
I didn't know that was an option.
It wasn't. So that is a 23. And so what the Balrog is going to do is you all watch as excuse me, I burped. The Balrog brings out from seemingly nowhere a whip of flames. And Tinel, as you come across the front, you watch as the whip goes in front of you. I would like Beery, you have the shield, so you'll do this with advantage or with favor. Grimbjorn and Tinel, please make me athletics checks. Beery, you do it with favor.
Usually I'm happy to see whips, but not today.
Is that Tariel talking or? It's none of my business.
No comment.
We got a 17.
A 17.
16.
16.
Beat my target number by 2.
Beery.
Holy crap, I rolled 3 6s.
Nice.
28.
28. Beery. You take 5 points of damage. Tinel, Grimbjorn, you take 8.
No, I don't like that. No.
Tariel, you're up. Or I'm sorry.
What do we
You're
see?
in rearward. You see the Balrog. I'm sorry, you're actually not up yet. You see the Balrog pull out a whip from thin air and bring it across the people who are closest to it, those in the forward position. Tinel, it catches the armor that the Rivendell blacksmith made you, and it burns deep into it. Grimbjorn, because you have some extra HP as a bear, you don't take as much damage than you typically would, but it burns you and it does leave you with some fire burn marks. Beery, it just lances over your face and you feel the top of your head begin to singe a little bit, as the flames, you quick put it out, but you do still take damage.
Okay. Is it Barry's turn now?
It is Beery's turn and Grimbjorn's turn. Oh, no, sorry,
Okay.
Grimbjorn, you were going to do Bellowing
Yes.
Roar, yes?
Yes.
And what did you roll for that?
What is that roll?
That
Battle?
is 1d12. Yeah, it's a battle roll. So 1d12 and however many d6s you have in your battle.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Take your time.
I got 15. Beats it by 3.
Beats it by 3. Okay, Beery, you will now take this next attack with favor because the Balrog, because the Balrog will also have disadvantage on its next attack in the next
So he's
round.
not,
Beery,
he's
you're
not
up.
going to. Okay, so he looks over, he glances to Halloweth running off into a direction of a cave or something, and also like water is rushing.
Yes.
And then this wonderful stranger just said, like, we need to dig, which that's Barry's middle name.
It's canon.
To get water. Okay. Can he move and make an attack in the same action, or is it one or the other?
So there are primary and secondary actions. So you brought your shield out for the secondary action. You can use your technically you're in combat, but I'll allow you to use your movement. Movement's a little weird in this system,
Sure.
but I'll allow you to use your move if you would like to disengage from combat, since you've already taken damage, and move towards Halloweth if you would like.
Dang it, but he's not gonna leave 10.
If my roar
He's
was
hitting the thing.
secondary, do I get an
Actually,
attack?
no. You know what he's doing?
Hmm.
So as like the whip comes raking across the shield and he ducks,
Mhm.
he's going to reach into his bag and he's going to grab one of the potions that he got from the laboratory. One of the ones he's not discovered yet.
In episode 4
Yes.
Wow.
in Angmar. Okay.
He's
Okay.
digging in the back.
Okay. Yep.
No questions asked. He's just going to throw it right at its face. Hopefully it'll.
What could go wrong?
What's the worst that could happen?
Okay. Beery.
Good, Zach.
Go
You're back.
Jug.
Zach Beery just lobbed a mystery potion at the Balrog's face.
Remember the potions from Angmar?
Yeah, I do. From Angmar, bloody hell. Okay.
Well, one was explosives at
Yeah.
one point. He used it all.
Mhm.
But
Yes.
so it could be something good. You never know.
Beery.
Okay.
Roll me a d6, please.
Mhm. Is this the hit or what happens?
This is to find out what's in the bottle.
Okay.
What's in
Wait,
the
you
bottle?
don't know what you're throwing?
No, I have a list. He grabbed them at random and hasn't tested them yet, and I need to know which ones he brought.
Oh, he's got all of them, but that's the one he's throwing.
You rolled a 1?
Oh God.
You
Oh
rolled
my
a
God.
1.
My God.
Oh
Oh God.
God.
Oh my
Water
God.
bomb, water bomb, water bomb, water bomb.
I don't even go
Okay.
here.
Okay.
It's
I'm
not
s-
going to be a water
She
bomb.
doesn't even go here.
Beery.
Yeah.
No, this would be me because I'm the Balrog. Hang on, please hold. Oh,
Oh Jesus.
God.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay.
Oh God.
Don, does this Balrog have wings?
It does, but they are skeletal and vestigial. He
Hmm.
cannot fly.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
want to make that very clear.
Okay.
Yes, Balrog is not flying. That does not beat his parry score. And Halloweth, you wouldn't notice, but everybody else would watch as oh my God, as the bottle is lobbed into the air, hitting the Balrog on its right arm. And you watch as a blue crystal begins to form all up over its body and stops at the right arm. As the right arm raised is stuck in place. Tanel, you're in a bit of a frenzy, but you would notice that this is part of or very similar to the crystal that the blue wizards were trapped in episode 4 and 5 that you rescued them. I can't believe you rolled that as this Balrog's arm gets stuck in midair as this magical potion that the forces of darkness just creates this like cast for it.
Oh my God.
I
Oh my
can't
God,
do
oh
the
my-
attack I was going to do
Wait, but you
because
said
I have the arm.
You said his pair. Oh, but his. Oh. You said it didn't beat his parry, but your parry didn't beat that roll.
No, it didn't. The roll that I was making was to see if it beat the parry
Oh my
score
god.
Right.
with all of this. And
And I got, yes, I'm with
yeah,
you
because
now.
you're
This is
you're
great.
just throwing it at a body. You're not trying to aim for a specific body part. It
Right.
needed to beat a
Oh my
specific
God.
score. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Tank, you're up. You have your main attack. And
yeah,
it's not,
I was gonna say
not,
it was
yeah,
a secondary attack.
yeah, Bellowing Roar is a secondary attack. It's not going to get another attack this turn. Well done, Beery.
Oh my god.
Nice.
What does Beery do? I would like to know.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Let Max recover real quick.
It's just expletives of joy.
And just like after you threw it like a grenade and then ducked behind the shield that he's like driven into the stone, and then like peeks up and like, ha, ain't so tough now, are you?
Amazing.
Because God, I was so afraid. It's like when you try to hit a wasp's nest and you miss. You know.
Yep.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to run up, jump, and mid jump, I'm gonna shift into my human form, take my axe, and come down and try and bust that arm that's frozen.
Do it.
Yes, please.
Okay, hang on. I need you to do that again because Charlotte didn't
What
hear
did I
it.
miss? I'm sorry. I
Charlotte
had to
didn't
open
hear
the
it.
door for my
Tank,
dog.
please say that again. Just not for the podcast or anybody else.
Wait.
Hang on, she's
I don't know how they work. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna run up, jump, shift into human form, mid jump, raise my great axe, and try and smash that frozen arm, crystal arm.
I'm
Okay.
seeing Matthew McConaughey and Rain of Fire
Exactly.
hurling himself.
Yes.
It's not.
It didn't end
Oh
well
my
for him.
I
God.
don't
but
know.
Still.
We couldn't beat because they
Yes.
were frozen. We couldn't smash the blue wizards.
No,
I don't know
We're
that.
gonna try.
he doesn't
Yeah,
know
he
that.
doesn't know.
And it could be really weak at that point.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay. So here's
on,
what's going to
Tank.
happen. This is going to be an attack roll to beat the Balrog's parry score, Tank. It's also going to be a saving throw to see if he can keep that arm.
So attack with
I'm spending a hope point. Or a
That fellowship point. Okay, before the attack. Tank, roll one extra d6 as well to your roll.
Also, don't forget you are forward, so it's another extra
And
D6.
yep.
so that is
Nobody do anything. I have to close the door again. Hold on.
Okay.
do you want to
Just
do it? Or it's just
don't
wait?
tell me if you hit it just yet, but you're trying to beat a 20.
Okay, go.
I absolutely beat it, but I got
Yes!
11, 17, 23, 28, 32, and I got 2 6s.
2 6.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is a strength saving throw. The Balrog has a target number. Can't believe you're doing this. Balrog has a target number of 13. The Balrog needs to beat a 13 on 1d12 and 2 d6s, but because of Bellowing Roar, it's making it with ill favor.
Oh,
Frick yeah!
I have Sauron. I have Sauron. I have Sauron. I have
Come on, here we go.
This is the first time I'm ever doing this, Katie, so I am taking the
Yeah.
camera. I am putting
I'm
down
so
Yes.
excited.
on. Sorry for the vertigo, everybody.
Wearing only his finest battle pants.
Darn right. Okay. Oh, hang on. That's my phone. Okay.
here we go.
He needs
Come
to
on,
beat a
Tank.
13 or tie with a 13.
Oh my God. This is so stressful.
Okay, that's a 5.
Oh,
A 5. A 14. Oh.
Son of a.
You all watch as Grimbjorn transforms mid-bear, bringing up the axe down into the Balrog. Now, keep in mind, he's still going to take the damage, but I'm going to say, Grimbjorn, as tall as this thing is, you are still hanging on to this axe as it lodges itself
Oh no.
into
It's
the
embedded?
area
Oh, no.
just below the crystal.
No.
You take 2 points of fire damage. Tariel and Eowyn, you're up.
Almost.
Okay. What's the geography of what are we near a wall? What are we near?
You're all still up by the not gangplank, the ramp. You're all still up by the ramp.
And the Balrog is oh, hello.
Sorry. I took the battle map down for a second.
Okay, no, that's fine. So the Balrog is not near a structure I could like run up.
There are rocks to the right side of the ramp that you could use as leverage, but it would potentially get an attack of opportunity on you, except no,
Okay.
it wouldn't, because it doesn't have that arm to use.
Okay. Taking a quick stock of her surroundings and seeing Eerie and well, I guess how far are they with the water digging?
It's about 100 feet to the actual water itself, but Eowyn, I'll ask, are you continuing to dig, or are you thinking you'll make your way?
I think Eowyn is just digging. Like she's trying to get as much done as she possibly can because she's not seeing a really forward way of killing this thing without this. So this is her focus.
Are you going towards the water and digging it to try and bring it with you, or are you just digging
that's
where
what
you are?
okay. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, great. We'll say you do that on your turn. We can utilize movement and actions in a conversation with Halloweth in a moment, because you two are gonna chat in a second. But in the meantime, Tariel, what are you doing?
So Tariel, just doing a quick check, seeing who's where, sees that Eowyn seems to be intending to do something with water, and commands 6 of her elves to go and help.
Okay. Oh, right. I forgot to give the elves turns.
We
Damn
got
it.
elves.
We do. Okay. We'll say you know what? It's fine. At this point, we'll just say the elves are going to go help Halloweth. We will now cut to Eowyn and Halloweth. Halloweth, you glance over your shoulder and you see that there is a woman. I will give you a few moments to have a quick conversation, but don't take too long because
he's just gonna say, I see there's water. That's step 1. We need to douse it in water. I can help with that. Then you need to take it, lead it to the caves, to the glittering caves with the gems. That is very important, and I need berry.
Eowyn will just nod, okay, clearly this guy has a plan.
Get me to the water.
Okay. Eowyn, I will allow you to take a turn here if you would like to do something other than digging.
Just cover me while I get to the water.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So Eowyn will just sort of snap into action. And so I'm kind of, I don't know how to describe what I want to do, but basically I want to just sort of get in front of him and sort of just have my shield at the ready. So if the whip's going to try and come around and stop him from getting to the water, does that make sense? To sort of just give him cover? I'm not fighting anything though.
Okay, fair. Because you are in defense. Yes. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah. And then if possible, also gesture to some of the shield maidens who are still in the circle.
Shield maidens are not they're on the top of the hill. Theodred is bringing them to say the horses are not about to go, and it will take them a little bit of time because keep in mind this has been maybe 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have time for that. Then Eowyn will just do it by herself. So I'll just give him some cover as we try and get over to the water. And that is what I will do.
Okay. You are in the defensive stance. We are going to go back to the top of the order. Tanel, you are now in turn 3, still having all of these buffs. What would you like to do?
Oh god, I know the sword is melting. But she's going to attack with it again. She's not quite sure what else she can do. But this is probably her last attack with the sword.
I'll allow you if you'd like. Make an awareness check for me.
Okay. Come on, dice.
You still have those 2 extra d6s from your
Oh, it's for
rage.
all rolls. That's right.
It's for every single ability you have.
Oh, awesome. That's cool. Okay, let me do some math real quick. 21.
With a 21, Tell, you notice a glint in the light off in the distance.
Music. We need music.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Keep messing up.
You're fine.
Hang on. Advanced computer audio. Share.
Here we go.
You notice a glint catches your eye as you're raising your sword about to make this other attack, having taken a huge blow from the Balrog. Aeglos is still on Haluith's back. What would you like to do this turn?
How far away is Haluith?
About 50 feet. I'll allow you to... Now remember, you can
Yeah.
use secondary actions as movement or a primary action to change your stance. And I did agree, however foolishly, to tell Zach that Aeglos was a throwable weapon when he received it in episode 5.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. She's going to attack once more with the sword, but then turn and run to Haluith
Okay.
for Aeglos.
Okay. You can make that final attack.
Baby. That was so many. Okay. $27 again.
Okay. With a 27, beats the target number. What are you doing with the Balrog? Are you aiming for anywhere in particular?
Not really. She's just aiming to what she can hit, so she can almost like glance its side as she is running past it.
Okay.
Well, not like she's gonna take a full-on swing,
Okay. Got it.
but after that, she's going to book it towards Haluith.
Okay. Tanel, please make me an awareness check with ill favor, and you watch as the sword begins to bend as the metal gets hot enough that it is not staying.
No favor. Oh, that's not good. $18. We're still good.
18.
Mhm.
On turn 3, Tanel, you take 6 points of damage as the rage inside your mind continues to build as Haluith seems further and further away from you. As you attempt to walk towards him, you are making you're making distance. You're walking towards him. But every step seems to just be a little bit slower than the last.
Oh.
The Balrog is now going to take its main attack, and with its back turned to you, or with your back turned to it, Tanel,
Oh God, this might not be good, y'all.
7, 8, plus 6. Is your parry score an 18?
My parry score is a 20.
Your parry score is a 20 with the armor.
Yes.
Okay. I need you to make an athletics check. Actually, anybody in forward position. So Beery, Grimbjorn, and Tanel, please make me athletics checks. Tanel, make it with ill favor
Ill favor.
because your back is turned to it.
Yeah. Well, one of them was a Gandalf. $22.
22. Beery,
Success at 15.
success of 15. Okay. And
19.
19. Okay. You would all watch as the whip disappears and a flaming sword appears in the Balrog's hand, and it is going to swipe at those in forward position. Tanel, you take 7 points of damage. Beery, Grimbjorn, you take 4.
So
No.
I am at 0.
No. Nope.
7 was exactly how much I had left. Oh shit.
So is this like D&D? Does she just fall unconscious?
Wait. How do you have so few?
Because
hit
I got
points?
hit for 13 first. I started with 21, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. 21
Okay.
minus 13.
Oh my god.
Or
Don?
was it
Don,
13?
Nobody panic.
Don, explain. Don, explain the
No,
what
it wasn't. It
happened?
wasn't
Okay.
13. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't 13
No,
total.
it wasn't
No.
crazy. No, but it was a big number, and then I think it went from 21 to 13, 13 to
And then
13
you
to
took 6,
7.
and then you took 7.
Yeah,
And then the rage.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh no.
When a player reaches 0 hit points, they are what is considered wounded. If they do not receive medical treatment, they will be what is considered dying. We are not at that point yet. But as you watch the Balrog bring the sword out, you see the fiery edge slice Tinel in the back. And she falls to her knees and then to the ground. Tariel. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We still have the 2 in forward position, even though
Yeah.
they took damage. Beery, Grimbjorn, you're up.
You're against the Balrog right now, so let you go first.
I'm sorry, yeah, we'll say Tank can go first because he's literally on it.
So is my axe, am I stuck in his shoulder still?
I would
or
say
I'm
if
down?
you would like to, you can wrench it out, but you took some fire damage because of that attack.
Like, am I hanging on? Like,
If
is
you
it
would like,
stuck
if
or
you would
am I-
like to continue to hang on, you can, but you can also let go.
I'm going to hang on and kind of free myself and climb myself onto the solid shoulder, like the gem shoulder, and come down again and try and break this
Yes.
arm off.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You're gonna take some fire damage here.
Yeah.
You've got the extra HP because you're a bear. Okay. You're on the Balrog, so I'm gonna say you need to make an athletics check to stay on the Balrog.
Got 16. And I beat it by 4.
Okay. Now make an attack roll with the axe.
Attack roll. $22.
Okay. We're gonna do this again. But because the Balrog has already suffered an attack in that arm, I am I am raising the saving throw. He now has to beat a 17.
Let's do it.
Oh god.
Same
okay.
thing. Same
Come on,
thing.
Tank.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh,
Gosh.
6, 2, 1. That's a 9. Oh wait, no, it was 1d12 and 3 d6s. Excuse me.
Oh,
But- but-
He needed
but-
5.
Hang on. This is 6, 2, and 1, so that's a 9 total. I can't beat it.
Doesn't matter.
It
I
do-
can't
oh, it
beat
doesn't
it.
matter.
Math
That's
doesn't
right.
I
math.
cannot
The
beat
math
it.
doesn't math.
Grimbjorn, please describe to me how you cut
Do
this
it.
Balrog's arm off.
So he hoists himself up, climbs on top of the shoulder, wrenches his great axe up, raises it overhead, chips down. It makes a crack in the armor. He comes, raises it again with a bellowing roar. Just shatters that crack and it just severs that arm.
Okay. The arm encased in this blue crystal, thunk, falls 10 feet to the ground with a bellowing crash. Eowyn, Beery, you have the shields to kind of protect you. Tariel, some of the shards pop up off into the ground, scattering you, cut you on the face.
Not the face.
Grimbjorn. The Balrog is going to get an attack of opportunity because you are on his body and use its ability Flame Spread. And you watch as the rest of you watch as, just like the Balrog did to show intimidation to Gandalf, fire appears throughout its entire body. Grimbjorn, you take 7 additional points of flame damage.
Ow.
Tariel, Eowyn. Oh, I'm sorry, Beery, you're still up. I'm sorry, Beery, you're still up. You're still up.
The arm comes crashing down. He's watching his new friend chip it away, and he's watched Tinel fall. He's going to leap from his cover from behind his shield and just scream, 10! Holding onto his hammer, and is trying to swoop her up and is making a beeline to Halloweth.
Okay.
He'll take any strikes. He doesn't care. It's reckless. He's
going to get an
for it.
attack of opportunity. Remind me of your parry score without the shield, please.
Without the shield.
Without the shield.
Wait a minute.
I believe it's 16.
18.
18. Right. With the shield, it's 20. Okay. 5, 2s, 4s, 8. Does not hit. Tries to strike out. The Balrog tries to strike out with the sword again. Oh my God. You run away just fast enough. That will be your primary action to move. I will allow you to use a secondary action if you would like to do something else.
Halloweth would just hear Beery just leaping off the wall down to where he's at, just screaming, just in.
Okay.
And is going to pretty much present her. Tears are streaming down his face, and he just kind of holds her out.
Beery, that would be your next turn to get him to Halloweth.
Okay.
Meantime, Tariel, Eowyn, what are you both doing?
Tariel.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Tariel watches this whole thing unfold in a matter of seconds, and for a moment is frozen with indecision. And then, as the Balrog's arm falls off and shatters, and she hears Beery screaming, her face sets in this look of calm decision, and she runs off just slightly to the other side, the still armed side of the Balrog, screaming wildly to get its attention, and she pulls out both of her daggers and attempts to bury them in its foot.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the most stressful episode, Katie.
I'm
so sorry.
Very stressed right now.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, yeah, come on my podcast, play Eowyn. You won't have to fight a Balrog on your first day. That's fine, whatever.
What a first day.
Well, it beats my target number.
The parry score is a 20.
Yeah, I'm at 16. So.
16 does not hit. You bring out the daggers, try and slam them down, but it's fast. It moves those feet out of the way real quick. Eowyn, you're up.
Okay, what is the status of Tinel right now?
Tinel is on the ground.
On the ground.
No, excuse me. Tinel is being carried by Beery towards the other elf that was with it, towards the water.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna look at my elf construction team that I've been granted. And I'm going to say, keep digging. And then I'm gonna make a break for Beery and see if I can't deliver some medical attention to Tinel while like Beery's carrying Tinel. And like as I'm doing that, I'm just gonna like sort of like almost to myself just say nobody dies today, and then just like head over there and try and do what I can, because there's like 6 elves digging, like they don't need me.
No, you're fine. I'd say the digging portion, that's where we put the NPCs that can't keep track of 8 others. So that's just ADHD for me. So I will say you can try and attempt to make a healing check.
Okay. Oh, I can. Okay. here we go. Healing so much. All the healing.
I don't think it is that much.
That's you said when it's a 12 on the dice, that's a Gandalf, right?
Oh, nice.
No way. Really?
But okay, I got a 12, but then I got
No, it doesn't matter. You
okay.
rolled a
A
Gandalf.
12 is an automatic success.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, then yeah, but I got a 16 just in case anybody was mathing at
Okay.
home.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hoopa!
Okay. Here's what we're gonna say happens. Beery.
It's all happening, Tori. It's all happening.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
Yeah, it's so crazy. The only way to heal you is to make out.
Quick, give her mouth to mouth.
It's magic.
Nell just sees like Arwen coming to save Frodo. Just
Yeah.
Arwen comes into her field of vision.
Press upon her heaving bosom.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Rip off her tunic. I have to get in there.
The only way to heal you is to offer sincere compliments about your intelligence and
Well,
insight into the world.
Oh,
We've-
your
we've also-
skin is so smooth.
We've already
Wow.
established that Tanel is super hot as well. Like that's been a roll.
Oh yeah, she's stacked.
Yeah.
It's not my choice. It was the dice's.
With a Gandalf healing check, Beery, you make your way over to Halloweth, begging for help. Halloweth, you turn around to see what's just happened, and Eowyn is also sprinting towards Tanel.
But somehow in slow motion.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
weird because it's just Eowyn's just doing it.
And you can almost
But
hear
everything else is just regular
in,
speed.
in the background. You can almost hear Enya just singing.
Okay.
With a Gandalf healing check, Eowyn, you with a Gandalf. Sorry, I got it. Okay, hang on, give me a second. Give me a second.
You're good. You're good.
With a Gandalf healing check, Eowyn, you see Tanel's unconscious body being set down into the ground. And you've seen burns like this before. And you reach into your pocket and you find a salve. You roll her over, spread the salve on the burns because the leather armor that she's had started to burn into her skin. And wrap it in a bandage, just quick and dirty, combat medic style. But you still see that she's not breathing. Tanel. Please roll a d12 for me.
Can I use a hope point?
No.
Where's your shake? Come on, 10.
5.
Eowyn.
Yes.
You
yay!
watch as Eowyn's eyes,
As Tanel's
as
eyes.
Tanel's eyes, excuse me, snap open. And she starts breathing again. Tanel, your eyes open to a woman with long blonde hair kneeling over you, tending to your wounds. As the Balrog, about 100 yards away, roars with flame, as Grimbjorn and Tariel attempt to take it down. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode
Damn.
of the Unpredicted
Oh
Party.
my god.
Jesus.
This is amazing, everybody.
I've done fuck all this session. I've done.
I haven't done. I've been like,
You're in recon.
You have all your
stab the
health.
flame. Like,
You
That's
have
true.
all your health.
That's true. I'm
And you have magic and you're near water.
I'm
It's about to
I'm-
go down.
It's not the water I'm looking for.
If
Just
the-
that-
Oh.
if the
I
If
am,
mean,
New York Fire Department were here, this would be over very quickly.
Yeah.
I am so excited to see what Halloweth has up his
I
sleeve.
need Barry. I can't do it without Barry.
Yeah, right there. For those listening on the podcast, Tori's hand
Yeah.
is shaking. Katie
Oh, I love
Osaurus,
it.
thank you so much for joining us on this
Katie!
episode.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome to the stressful situation.
Yeah, it started out with 3 of us, by the way. This is insane.
This is
I
Now there are
like that.
15.
I'm here for it. I'm great. I'm inviting
my God.
myself forever.
Everyone's gonna be a part of the party from now on.
Mm.
Max, you can't keep doing that.
Yes, I
You
can.
got- it's
Stop
time
me.
to-
Oh my God.
He's 1 for 4, and it could potentially be 3 for 7. So,
Oh
you
my
know.
God.
I'm sorry, 3 for 6. 3 for
Mhm.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to go to Patreon for the Unpredicted after party. Zach, I know you have to go very quickly, so we will keep it short for you, let you go. The rest of you are welcome to join me. Tank, I know you have kids, so like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you in 2 weeks at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. You can also find us on wherever podcasts are. Any final thoughts, everybody?
You're amazing.
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And I don't want any of the pretty ladies to die. I don't care what happens to the boys. I just want the pretty ladies to be okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Fear,
see y'all
you're
next
the
time.
only one who understands me.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
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 Oh my God.